Wii U indeed. Just close your eyes and hear my voice. It works better. It's mostly B-roll. I'm going to post some pictures. Hello, YouTubers. This is a noobifier. March 10th, 2022. Thursday. 317.0 patch was sent to the EVO to test. The notes were leaked as usual, and I don't know why CIG has a secret team under NDA anymore. Why not just have those people test, but then publish the patch notes? It's going to be leaked anyways, and we understand that things are going to change. Anyways, moving on. Less noise, right? Less noise, more focus. This isn't a very thick patch, so it's going to be quick. Players are reminded to delete their user folder, and this is a 0.0 patch, so things such as ships may still release later, as was actually specified in the notes as not being a complete set of features for live. They're actually quite focused on improving easy anti-cheat. They're going to allow reshade version 5.0.2 to work without triggering an event, and Linux, although not officially supported, that should work. Fueling mechanics are not yet being tested, but they are testing a new network update to address ship desync. They said testing is more accurate if the ships are facing each other, and they want the testers' feedback. I remember them talking about this before, and they're trying to use AI to predict where the ship is going to be to smooth everything out, which is great on paper, but let's say I were to take an M50 and go hard left, what would that look like? Would I just teleport? Again, super interested to test it. And at this point, anything to fix desync might be good. The Lorville Hospital is in, as well as the other Lagrange Point stations who now offer medical services. There's a river on Microtech, and I found a post where someone has already scraped all the code to find out its location. The instructions are posted up for you right now. For those who'd rather just see it instead of a grid-based search pattern, these worlds are pretty big and it does take some time to fly around. We have a coffee cellar, mining gadgets, and moist eyeballs. So in more detail, the hospital location in Lorville is called Maria Pure of Heart, and they've reminded us about the harvestables that are near that single river, which is a nice reason to get out of your ship and look around. Remember, you may also walk below the waterline if you're suited up. The new coffee shop vendor can be found at Area 18, serving hot drinks, cold drinks, and some canned drinks. Mining gadgets will assist solo miners to achieve success with those more difficult to crack rocks. There are different gadgets that'll include stats that'll positively or negatively modify rock resistance, optimal charge rate, overcharge rate, instability, optimal charge window, optimal charge rate, and shatter damage. The player can physically attach this device to a mineable deposit in FPS to modify its stats, making mining either easier, safer, quicker, or riskier. Players can buy these at New Babbage, Lorville, and Port O, and they're attached to their backpack as an equipped item, but you can also hold them in your hand. 4 is the default key binding, and to store it is hold R. The gadgets are retrievable, they take damage, and they can be destroyed. This is important. Low orbit stations and landing zones now each have their own separate inventories. Ground vehicles are harder to detect. They did a balance to increase the likeliness of injuries occurring during repeated combat encounters, but a decrease of the chance of instant death. They adjusted weapon sway and recoil values across the wide range of weapons, and finally, the most important feature of 3.17, they added a keybind option to request ATC landing. It's unbound by default. Go in, set it. Push the button, hangar opens. How awesome is that? They listed a bunch of bug fixes. Most were really basic. That's it. I have a link to the original document. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.